A team of explorers ventures into the heart of an abandoned school, a place where the walls themselves seem to bleed malevolence through spray-painted pentagrams. The air is thick with a sense of being watched, a primal fear that stalks them through the decaying halls. Their dread is given form by a mysterious, ephemeral smoke that materializes not once, but twice, coiling in the air at the exact moments they feel an unseen presence draw near. This was no trick of the light, or their own breath, but a spectral manifestation responding to their intrusion. The haunting culminates in a direct and terrifying challenge. A heavy door, devoid of any knob or visible mechanism, suddenly swings open on its own, with no rational explanation and no accomplice in sight. The event stands as a blatant message from the darkness, a confirmation that the rumored black magic rituals have left a permanent, intelligent stain on the location, and that the explorers are not merely visitors, but invited guests in a domain of the damned. In the dead of night, a security camera at South Africa's Helpmekaar College captures an ethereal mist coalescing in a deserted hallway. This is no lens flare or trick of the light. The vapor slowly twists and solidifies, taking the unmistakable shape of a young girl in a long dress, who then glides silently into a nearby classroom as if late for a lesson, in a school that has been empty for hours. The figure's size and casual demeanor are what chill the blood. She moves with the purpose of a student who belongs there, her form perfectly proportioned for the high school's halls. While the possibility of a digital forgery lingers, the ghost's natural integration into the environment and the mundane horror of her actions suggest a far more haunting truth. That some students never truly leave, forever bound to repeat the rituals of a school day long after the final bell has tolled. Answering a frantic call, a supervisor arrives at a school's boiler room to find his coworker paralyzed by fear, insisting that objects are moving on their own. He records the encounter for documentation, initially dismissing her claims as nerves. In an attempt to prove the room is safe, he coaxes her to venture deeper into the claustrophobic maze of pipes, a decision that instantly proves catastrophic. The silence is shattered by the screech of metal on concrete, as a heavy chair violently slides across the floor, launching itself toward them, with a force that sends both employees stumbling backward in terror. While skepticism suggests a hidden string, the chair's momentum and distance defy any simple trick, revealing a chilling truth. The malevolent presence in the boiler room was not only real, but waiting for the perfect moment to make its move. In the silent, empty halls of North Dallas High School, a camera pans across a mundane scene, seemingly capturing nothing. But at the edge of the frame, a colorless, translucent figure materializes, the stark, human outline of a man standing watch. If you look closely, you can even detect a subtle shift in its stance, a phantom adjusting its weight as if impatiently waiting in the gloom. This is no trick of the light. It is the defined, silent form of a presence that should not be there. The critical question is not what it is, but when it was from. Was this a living person edited to look like a specter, or did the camera truly capture a soul forever bound to these halls, its faint movement a chilling sign of an intelligence from beyond the grave? 3 students breach the after-hours silence of Garland High School, their mocking taunts echoing through the dark cafeteria where a young girl is said to have died. For a full minute, they jeer at her memory, their crass remarks hanging in the air until a sudden, unexplained noise cuts them short. As they spin around, a wave of primal terror washes over the 2 girls, a terror their friend and his camera cannot yet comprehend.
God, what is that?
What?
Did you see it?
In that moment, they alone witness a pale, spectral arm reaching for them from the void, a silent, vengeful response to their disrespect. In the supposed safety of her dorm room, a student watches in frozen terror as an unseen presence shares her bed. The floral pattern on her comforter contorts, a series of distinct impressions pressing down as if an invisible body is shifting its weight just inches away. This is not a draft or a trick of the light, but a deliberate physical interaction with a force that refuses to be seen. The student is convinced it's a ghost, and the evidence is disturbingly persuasive. While logic suggests something could be moving beneath the blanket, the precise, localized pressure points mimic the shape of a limb or a torso. This leaves a chilling question. Is she sharing her room with a harmless spirit? Or is this the first subtle touch of a malevolent entity making its presence known? An explorer delves into a pair of schools abandoned since World War II, their decaying halls holding decades of silence. The investigation takes a sinister turn in an upstairs classroom, where the explorer becomes the subject of a hunt from that moment on. An unseen presence stalks them, its presence announced by progressively louder, more aggressive banging that echoes through the derelict corridors. The terrifying climax occurs when a massive, heavy door, previously tested and found to be immovable, suddenly swings open on its own with impossible ease. The explorer's own frantic attempts to replicate the action prove that a force far beyond human strength is at work. A final, chilling clue is scrawled across the door in Spanish, a message that may hold the key to the malevolent intelligence that now has them in its sights. Before we get to number 1, please subscribe to the channel for more daily, scary videos. A group of explorers, emboldened by their numbers, ventures into the decaying halls of a recently abandoned middle school. Their courage holds as they push deeper into a section of the building consumed by darkness and mold, a part of the school that feels unnaturally cold and isolated. They see nothing with their own eyes, believing themselves to be alone in the oppressive silence. It was only upon reviewing their footage that a chilling detail emerged. A shadowy, child-sized figure standing motionless in the distance. A silent observer they had completely missed. At first glance, it could be discarded as piled debris, but the longer you look, the clearer its form becomes. The distinct outline of a head, a torso, and 2 legs. A phantom student forever waiting in the dark.